Hi friends, here it is, a rare vertical video from Billy's apartment. Why the vertical, Billy? Well, I'm going to tell you. As many of you know, I love me some Halloween. I love doing kids' costumes for Halloween. Never wanted a child of my own, but at Halloween, I want to borrow somebody's kid or a couple of people's kids and make costumes. Love it. This really kicked off 20 years ago. Okay, here's the story. I was dressing Beauty and the Beast. I was dressing Lumiere. My Lumiere at the time was Peter Flynn, who was a friend of mine. Years before he came into the show, and I had already been at the show when he got there, I had done a reading of a musical when I was still performing and doing that, a developmental reading of a new musical with Peter and his wife, Andrea Burns. Now, both of them have several Broadway credits. You may know of either of them. At the time, they had a son named Hudson, who was just a wee thing. So coming on Halloween, about 20 years ago now, Peter comes in one day and says to me, "Oh, Andrea and I were laughing last night. What if Hudson was Lumiere for Halloween?" And I said, "I'm going to say something, and all you have to do is say, okay, Peter, can I make Hudson a Lumiere costume for Halloween?" Okay. So I, at the time, from that minute on, I knocked off his Broadway costume, stone for stone, his Lumiere Act 2 costume for Hudson, who was going to be 10 months at Halloween. So I even worked it out that, we worked it out that on a Sunday matinee at Halloween, Andrea could bring Hudson to the theater. We could dress him up, and during the break at intermission, we could take pictures of father and son, like Lumiere and mini Lumiere, pictures on stage on the set. It was good for the company. It was good for me. He was adorable. It was great. And that started 13 years of me making Halloween costumes for Hudson, whatever he wanted to be. He became my muse. And as he got older and able to articulate what the hell he wanted to do, we did crazy stuff. We did crazy things. He was Michael Jackson, Beat It, that little red jacket with the 27 zippers on it. He was Audrey 2 from Little Shop. You might have seen that. It's in my bedroom now. I got that one back after Halloween when they moved some years later, and I've had it since. And I loaned it to the kids at Leopoldstadt to use. I did that. Made him a Dalek from Doctor Who. That was a trip and a half. But just this past month, Peter messaged me to say, we're moving again. And we still have some of these costumes, and we just can't. Hudson is now 20. It's time to let go of some of them. Some of them they passed on to friends whose kids have worn the Cookie Monster I made and Willy Wonka that I made and. But he said, "Do you want any? These are the ones we still have. Do you want them back?" And I said, "I do want Baby Lumiere." So what I decided to do was get a little mannequin that I could put Baby Lumiere on and keep it here in the apartment. So here it is, folks. This is Baby Lumiere that I made 20 years ago for Hudson. That's the Baby Lumiere. When I tell you the details are exact, the fabrics are exact but scaled down, the detail in all of the arches that he wore and all of this stuff that Peter had on the costume, this is exactly what the Broadway Lumiere costume that Peter wore looked like. Down to these little spat feety things that have little shoes underneath. And these little spats attached, little sconce hands. His were flaming. At one point, one of the props guys in the show was like, "Can we wire it so that it lights up?" And like, with electric. They didn't want to do flame, but they wanted to let. And that's when Andrea was like, "You're not wiring the baby." So, but everything else, this is the Lumiere costume. Let me turn him around. I just got this mannequin on this dress for him. Yeah, that's his. The arms and the costume on Broadway had butane packs back in the shoulder blades back here, literal butane packs. Look at that. Under his arches, he had butane packs that with a hose that went down his arm to light to the candle. It was a lot, and his little candle head and his little candle collar. This is the Act 2 Lumiere. That's what I'm not doing so great with turning the mannequin around and showing you, am I? And I'm also scratching. Oh, I'm scratching the hell out of my tabletop too. That's great. So anyways, there it is. I think I'm going to post some, this is a little big for this mannequin head, the top there. I made that 20 years ago and now I have it back. What's also crazy to me is when I made this, I was 10 months sober, which is inconceivable to me that I did this at that point in time, which really just shows me how much I'd gotten my brains back, my energy back, my creativity back, having spent so much energy drunk or getting past being stoned and drunk, and to have the energy to do this and to do it every Halloween since for people in my life is such a great gift and a reminder. So I think I'm going to post some pictures after this of the pieces of this that I made. I'm not going to post pictures of Hudson as a baby or Peter holding him, they're real cute, trust me. But that's their life, that's their son, that's theirs. I don't want to post other people. But it was a really special moment for the company of Beauty and the Beast, and a really special thing that I got to do. And there he is, folks. He's back in my life and back in my house. He's going to be standing around getting dusty now forever. The baby Lumiere. Bye-bye.